Right then, and hello and welcome back to Sovel. How are you doing today? And let's see what journey are we going to take on today. So unfortunately it's only a 2 battle journey. I'm going to avoid this elite fight. So let's go for the top route and then let's hope we get some good locations, I guess. Let's see what the enemies have for us and start. Yeah, this is a massive army that they got over here. So how am I going to do this? I'm going to obviously pass some turns, hope that they don't get enough, don't get into range to shoot us. I mean, these bolt throwers are just absolutely terrifying, aren't they? I'm going to move these guys up as sacrificial pawns so that the bolt throwers shoot them instead. Oh man, those bolt throwers over there. Oh man. This is a really big problem for me. I'll see what happens. Worst case scenario, I don't know. Hopefully the Dread Knights can carry us again. So yeah, let's hope for that. And obviously there we go. Bolt thrower shooting the disposable units. That's very fine. That is fine by my standards. Goblin Wolf Fighters. I feel like I will need to weaken them. So these are the skeleton spears. We want these guys to get charged, but I want everyone else to charge the enemy. Okay, that's fine. That's understandable. About those are Goblin Wolf Fighters as well on the Shaman. Right then, so this is going to be a really strategical battle, I'm pretty sure. Because if I'm not very strategical, then I just die. And yeah, this is the end of this campaign right over here. So try to be strategical, at least partially, you know. Never hurts to be too strategical. Okay, right, so yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna have to rush in there. I'm still gonna take a bunch of shots from the short bows anyway, but the plan here is, I really wish the enemies went after me. Oh well, yeah, we're gonna end up in an awkward situation where they have their undead giant and they gotta think of a way to move around them while not, completely destroying myself. So awkward. So these two massive units of Golden Wolf Fighters are a bit of a problem. We'll see how it goes, won't we? And so, obviously, I'm going to move this side up. Worst case scenario, we charge the bolt thrower. Best case scenario, we charge the giant. And then hopefully my White Lord can deal with them because he has a Heart Seeker and he has obviously Cruelty. So hopefully this will get through their defense. I don't know how useful that will be because I do have 6 defense. So that's the plan anyway. I'm going to give this Dread Knight unit some additional movement to hopefully deal with the Goblin Shaman, although killing the Goblin Shaman is also a very viable option. Right then, whose turn is it? Is it just this guy? I'm pretty sure the Goblin Shaman hasn't gone yet, has she? Okay, right, so this is awkward. For all intents and purposes, really awkward, but if I could get rid of the Goblin Shaman, I think that'll be also a win in my books. Right, and do something like this, and then we'll call it a day over here. The Goblin Shaman decides not to move up, that's fine. That means I can charge these Goblin Wolf Fighters in the side. These ones are going to charge into the spears, and that means that I can basically avoid a lot of the different problems I was going to have. Obviously, it's either the giant or the Goblin Wolf Fighters. Never charge in, because as I've said, we don't want to do that. And charge into this giant over here. That's very nice. There we go. Cool. And then everyone else, we're just basically hoping that the enemy archers don't kill us fast enough, and that we can, plan out our moves, and we basically last long enough for the hammer and anvil tactics, don't we? So, we'll see how this goes. I'm going to pass some turns, obviously. I don't really want to be going right now. Yeah, there we go. That's really nice that the enemy's only got 2 out of 13 attacks through. They are hitting on 6+, but that was still kind of crazy, I'm not going to lie. These guys, they also have the banner miss. That's why they're hitting on solo. Okay, right then. But that still doesn't excuse the enemies for getting such absolutely terrible rolls on their side. So that was definitely very good for us. Yeah, I'm going to have to give one of these guys Unholy Vigor, and yeah, it's going to have to be these guys, right? Whatever, it doesn't really matter, because this guy is going to immediately go into here, into the Goblin Wolf Fighters, so yeah, the giant isn't really important. I just need to move around all these different units that are slowly going to try and come after me. I'm going to immediately Shadow Bolt the giant. It's not really going to do much unless the giant rolls like a 1. I guess he has 3+ saves. That's really lucky for us, isn't it? So do something like this, and then I'm just basically charging into the side of the Goblin Wolf Fighters next turn. So that's very nice, and then nice, there we go. So basically everyone has made their moves. That means I can start making my own moves. So something like this, and I can charge into the side of these, goblins. Because goblins, they don't have the best morale, but they also don't have the best defense. So it's one of the few units that the Skeleton Warriors can, in fact, potentially win against. So that's what I'm going to do. Now, as for this guy, I don't really know. Can I actually... man, I would have really wished to move past here and attack the Goblin Wolf Fighters in the side over here, but I don't think that's an option. So I'm just going to have to run back and then kite these guys. Now, unfortunately, this is the unit without the banner of miss, so if they get shot by the archers, which the Goblin shot bows, I mean, then they most definitely will get shot by them, and yeah, it's going to be really negative on us. Hopefully, the Vampire Knight on here is going to be able to charge the Goblin Wolf Fighters. That's very nice. We got rid of the giant. That's acceptable. Let's see, can we get rid of these guys over here? And we can, in fact, there goes the wolves. They're routing. That's very nice. Then that means we can hopefully charge the side of the goblin. Oh, well, not the goblin, but the giant. And then hopefully that gets rid of him. Okay, that was very lucky that we routed so many enemies. Let's see. What do I want to do? I guess I don't want to go into melee, do I? No, I want to go over there. Charge those guys in the side, then move from the goblin wolf fighters into the bot thrower and then into the back of the other enemies. That's fine. Let the giant be. Yeah, let the giant be. Let him attack the skeleton spears. The skeleton spears are just. Ooh, that's bad. So we get charged by the shaman. Okay, that's not good. That wasn't in my plan. Okay, that changes everything slightly. Okay, right then. Yeah, right. Shoot the goblin wolf fighters. Continue with that. Now, unfortunately, we're gonna have to deal with the giant now because we got this massive problem. So, looks like I was about to think that we collapsed the flank because the shaman, they didn't attack us previously. So I was like, they're not gonna attack us now, but they did in fact attack us. That's really not good. And there's also this entire situation over here I kind of forgot about. So, okay, right, yeah, this is not good. I'm not gonna lie. So this is really bad. Right then, I'm gonna move all the way over here. Can I actually be just out of range of the... No, I don't think that's going to work. Because I've got quite a large range for basically charging. So if I could just be on... They could be just on the tip of my range. So I'm not within that, you know, within that +1 to hit range. That would be really ideal. But I don't think that's possible for me. I'm pretty sure I'm within the +1 to hit range. So, yeah, that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? I've got to do something like that. And, yeah, just... these guys have got the banner missed, and unfortunately they didn't save that many. Okay, right, yeah. So these are my real worries, aren't they? I'm gonna pass some turns, see what happens. Oh wow, that's really bad in terms of rolls. Come on, oh! I just gotta hope that I get good rolls for future reference, and yeah, in the future, because yeah, right now my rolls are not good. It's very lucky that this vampire knight and his retinue are doing quite well on their saves against the bot thrower. I don't really know how long that can last. Let's see what other rolls we have. Yeah. That's fine. Let the enemies do whatever they want over there. I'm going to charge into the back of these guys. Can I? Is that an option for me? Can I do that? That should be a charge in the back. I mean, unless they lose that model, I should be charging them in the back. And they got Primal Fury on the Wolf Fighters. Okay, the good thing is we have, obviously we have the Divine Protection, but I don't know how useful that will be in this case. Okay, right then. Yeah, this is just not good. It's not a really good position to be in. I can basically walk past over here, and then I can hopefully move on. Maybe, I don't know. We'll have to see, won't we? We'll have to see. We'll have to see. So do something like this. No, that's not good. I'm basically running away. That's what I'm doing. Basically, let the archers shoot me while I kite them, or while I kite this goblin unit. Yeah, that's the plan. Those wolf fighters came back. What about the other ones? The other ones routed off. Okay, that's fine. I don't mind the other ones routing off. Yeah, these are. The skeletons are not going to have a fun time, especially against the giant. The giant is really messing with them up. Okay, for once, having the Dread Knights stacked on top of one another actually helped out because they got 4 attacks off rather than the usual. Two, because, you know, the back row gets their full attacks when they're being charged on the side. That's very nice. I don't know. Should I have charged those guys in the front? I mean, that would have been really risky, wouldn't it? So I'm just going to avoid that. I'm going to charge into those guys over there. And we're going to see how this goes. So this has been a really tense battle. We've been really getting really bad rolls, haven't we? And, well, I guess bad rolls, I mean, I don't know. We've been getting bad rolls in some aspects, and in some other aspects we've been getting good rolls. I mean, over here we got really lucky that the Dread Knights were able to hit 3 of their 4 shots, 4 attacks that they were landing on the Goblin Shaman, so that was really nice. That kept them in here without taking damage. But in another aspect, we're slowly being whittled down by these Goblin Shotbows. Now, obviously, the good thing is the fact that they're Goblin Shotbows, and the enemies are just, for some reason, spending way too much time trying to make this work. Like, they should have given up on the Shotbows a long time ago. Like, the Shotbows are really not worth spending 5 entire turns just shooting the Goblin arrows at them. And now I'm going to charge them in the back of... Yeah, I don't know what the Goblin mob is doing. They must have changed their priorities, but even if they did change their priorities, they just straight up turned their back to my skeleton warriors. And I know for a fact that the Goblin archers aren't going to be turning anytime soon. So, like, what's happening over there? Who knows? I definitely don't know. That's 4 damage on the zombie... I constantly keep trying to say zombie giant. It's just an ordinary giant. I need to stop with these special giant variations. It's just an ordinary giant. It's not that deep. It's really not that deep. Okay, right. So that's a side charge on the wolf fighters now. Because, yeah, I could just barely clip the wolf fighters. So we'll see how that goes, won't we? And I just have to remember to make all of my charges, because there's a lot of charges to declare and a lot of charges that are really important and will basically be game deciding over here. Yeah, do this, and yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it's going to be a bit awkward getting shot by the bolt thrower, but pretty sure the Dread Knights will survive it. They got Divine Arm and Divine Protection or whatever, so yeah, it's going to go in their favour, isn't it? Yeah, but I'm going to give just additional movement to this guy, just in case he needs to like do some jukes around here. Right then, let's see. I'm going to pass up turns, going to see what happens. Obviously, the bolt thrower got really lucky there. This bolt thrower has been really unlucky for the enemies. Like this, yeah, the goblin bolt thrower is so unlucky. It's actually unbelievable. Like, I would have lost a long time ago if that bolt thrower actually hit something, rather than just continuing to miss for the entire game. So that was very lucky, my part. Actually, I'm going to have to continue chasing off this goblin unit over here. So the goblin mob going to be chased by the Dread Knights, that's fine. Until I can get someone else to chase them, but for now it's the Dread Knights' job. We'll see this goblin unit, they actually came back. Okay, that's not great. It's also not bad. Let's see, the skeleton warriors do in fact actually deal some good damage to the goblin wolf fighters. That was very nice indeed. And also because we're partially in the forest, that means we can immediately go and attack the goblin short bows. Wow, that's really nice. Charge these guys in the side. Charge this guy in the back. Cool, right then, and let's hope that those guys over there continue routing. Let's hope that this bolt thrower continues having bad shots. I mean, it is a goblin bolt thrower, but you know, it's the fact that it's been missing for like 5 turns as well is ridiculous. I mean, the enemies must be absolutely raging inside. In their hearts, they know that they've been ripped off severely, that they deserve this win. But just the absolutely utter terrible rolls on the goblin bolt thrower actually decline them the victory. Okay, those guys are off the field now as well. That's very nice indeed. So this game has turned from looking absolutely terrifying to something that we actually won. So this is a crazy match, and it's an ordinary battle as well. I can't imagine what an elite fight would actually be like. So I'm very lucky that I'm not going down the elite fight path for the elite fight. So let's see, these guys continue to rout. They're goblins, they don't have the best rolls, that was to be expected. Let's hope this is going to be a sandwiching of the goblin mob. That's what's going to happen over here, because these guys and these guys, they're going to combine into double flanks, and then this double flank is basically going to destroy the unit when they're out. So that's the plan anyway, and obviously rear charge on those guys just to prevent the Dread Knights from taking unnecessary damage, because they're already one of their models already has only 1 wound, so just reduce that. I don't care about the weight guard. You know, they've done their purpose. They've survived so many bolt thrower shots, it's ridiculous. Like, the enemies really must be absolutely, you know, seething on the inside that they couldn't actually win. I'm going to pass some turns and then I'm basically going to move up slightly. So yeah, it's really, really lucky that how lucky we got over here with some of the rolls. I'm not going to lie, it was definitely totally up to luck. Could have gone a million different ways, especially considering how I sometimes get really unlucky with my rolls. You know, the fact that I constantly keep saying zombie giant. The normal giant, you know, the fact that we got rid of him in only 2 turns when he had 6 defense and like 8 morale or something ridiculous like that, it's truly just pure luck. I'm not gonna lie, there's nothing else to it. So yeah, the giant just, yeah, that was really lucky. We got rid of him here, and then we also got rid of this giant over here in 1 turn. It was really nice, I'm not gonna lie. Basically, basically saved us the game, getting rid of those giants, because the giants have like kind of like the anvil basically in the enemy's army. Everything else just kind of like the archers kind of get us to move towards them, and then the giants obviously they stay their ground while the wolf fighters run round the back and try to attack us. So the fact that we got so lucky in the fight is really nice, I'm not gonna lie. And there we go, this is basically it, the enemies are routing. So yeah, wow, this has been a relatively long fight, and this has been a relatively tense fight, that's for sure, but at least it has definitely gone in our favour. So I'm very happy at not losing this, because if I lost this would have been rather embarrassing, wouldn't it, have to put so much effort and thought into a battle that just ended so poorly. So that's very nice indeed, that it didn't end in us in our absolute defeat. So that's very nice. Just take replenishment everyone, let's continue on. Right then, another tough fight, because we're fighting a lizardman, and they've got a lot of these units that have a lot of defense, don't they? Yeah, I'm going to bait these crocolisk's, or whatever, Crocolisk bruisers, yeah, I'm going to bait them by basically just moving up my skeleton spears, because obviously they attack in 3 rows. I should probably fix that because it's in 4 rows right now. So yeah, I'll fix that later, it's fine. So that's why I'm basically baiting the enemies, because I'm going to then run around the side with my skeleton warriors, or maybe even the back, and just charge into those guys. That's perfectly fine. The fire lizard is just barely out of range. Maybe I can even move the vampire knight up close enough to actually charge into them. We'll see how that works, won't we? So I'm just going to pass some turns. Happy. Yeah, okay, that's fine. I don't mind the raptor riders. What's this is my weight lord, isn't it? So the Saurian warlord is going to be a bit of a problem. He's very tanky. We'll see how that goes, won't we? I'm in fact going to actually... Should I ignore these guys? Yeah, I will. I will ignore everything over here now and just straight up charge into the fire lizard. Meanwhile, I use my, obviously, vampire knight in order to kite the enemies slightly over here on this side. And then obviously, by kiting them, I could hopefully buy some more time for myself. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. I didn't really need to give this guy movement, did I? No, I didn't. I don't know why I did, to be fair. Just gonna shoot the raptor riders because they're the scarier unit of the enemies, even though they're pretty sure they got they got the same amount of defense as the other guys, so it doesn't really matter. So that's that, pretty sure. Get a frontal charge on the raptor riders with my skeleton warriors. For these guys, they're just gonna straight up charge into Crocolisk bruisers. Perfectly fine over there. Let the Saurian warlord continue to try and get an angle on us. That's perfectly fine. And yeah, what? I can't get a charge in. What? I guess it's just, yeah, okay, that's just, I should have predicted it. I should have predicted it. My charges would be denied. They would be denied, even though there's, yeah, I guess there's no space between that Vok and the Crocolisk unit. Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be painful. Okay, we got lucky. It was only 3 and a 1, so that's 4. At least it wasn't, a full-on 2d6s, eh? At least it's not 2d6s. I wish it was sometimes to numb the pain and, to hopefully get me, feeling something, because this has been just absolutely awful. Yeah, hopefully I can get some good rolls over here. Like really, the rolls have just not been in my favour, and I just need some good rolls. I'm gonna basically kite the enemies. We're gonna see what they do. This guy, yep, okay. I don't mind losing 3 models. Well, I guess I don't have to lose any models whatsoever. That's fine as well. It's very fine indeed. So do something like this, where I move past this guy, and obviously I can move over the way over here. Cool. Right then. So that's the side charge on this fire lizard now. Should I'll have to do this. I want to be 100% sure that I can in fact move past the Saurian warrior, so you can't like stop over here and then be charging me, because that would be really annoying. In fact, I would never forgive that if they just slightly moved and then they were in range of me. So yeah, there we go. And let's see, I could probably move past here, can I not? And whom I'm only in charge range of the fire lizard. That's fine. Do I really want to be showing my back though? Do I really want to be doing that? That's the real question. I mean, it's just so much trouble. Who do I charge? Who do I face so that I don't get absolutely annihilated? I'm still within the charge range of that. That guy. He's really annoying, isn't he? So this is just really awkward. This should save me. I can't actually. No, I think I'm still in range of that guy. I really can't escape, can I? No, I cannot. Okay, right. So if I'm gonna be charged, I'm gonna be charged from the front. And you're gonna face me as I fight you. That's what I'm gonna do, because yeah, there's just no other choices left. Okay, some crumbling rolls against the raptor riders. That's fine. Let's hope I get not good rolls against the Crocolisk bruisers. Okay, let's hope that these other rolls do well, and they do. These Crocolisk bruisers got absolutely decimated. That's fine. Let's see. I'm gonna have to basically start thinking of ways to. No, I gotta start getting rid of enemy units. That's fine. Yeah, just do something like this, and then, yeah. Well, I'll think about everything else later on, won't I? Yeah, well. So, immediate threat, the Triceratops. Let's hope that other guy doesn't come back. Right then. So, basically, just quite literally, just passing turns, waiting for the enemies to make their turns, and then, yeah. We'll see. Hopefully I can get rid of this fire lizard in a single turn, because if it starts taking me too long, then I might actually be in threat of getting charged in the back by the dreaded Saurian warlord on his Tyrannosaur. And then that Crocolisk bruiser is off the field. That's very nice indeed. Now this, what's happening over there, I don't know, but that unit of Raptor Riders is definitely not charging in my Vampire Warlord, so that's very nice. So the Vampire is safe. And these spears just got absolutely... What? The spears just destroyed the Quackalisk unit. Okay, yeah, obviously don't expect the Skeleton Warriors to actually do well against the Triceratops, that's to be expected. Actually did extremely well against these guys over here. Against the Saurian Warriors, that actually lets me charge the Tyrannosaur and Saurian Warlord. And obviously there goes that guy as well. These rolls are really nice. It is a side charge from the Raptor Riders. What am I going to do? It's perfectly fine. To be expected. This guy... No, I'm going to avoid the charge in there because I want to turn around and I want to deal with some of these enemies over here. Go. So this works. I can just run past this guy, but I couldn't over there. Sure, right then. Just gonna... Who wants movement? I'll give movement to this guy, that's fine. We'll see how that works, won't we? Gonna pass some turns, they buff everyone up with additional power. Yeah, this is not great. This is not great, that's for sure. We'll see how this goes, won't we? That guy's continuing to route off the field, that's fine. I'm gonna do something like this. Where I just... yeah. Because I got this Triceratops basically in the bag. I just need to either charge the Raptor Riders or I need to charge the Fire Lizard. We'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure the Raptor Riders can't kill all of my, you know, all my skeleton spears in time, so it's perfectly fine. And yeah, this guy is still being, you know, basically held in place by a single little skeleton warrior, so that's fine. See how well this goes. They're not the best rolls, I'm not gonna lie. But I am going to come in there later on with some better rolls. There we go, that's so nice. The Vampire Knight absolutely got rid of that Saurian Warrior Warlord. So that was very nice indeed. Just getting rid of the guy really quickly. I'm going to move all the way over there. And then hopefully I have enough space. Yes, there we go, cool. And then after that, I don't think I could charge this guy. No, I can't charge anyone after that. Okay, that's a bit of a shame. But we'll live through it. So let's hope that my strategy has worked out. I really need to get rid of the Triceratops and the Saurian, Tyrannosaur, but the Vampire, you know, Lord should be able to do with that relatively easily. The Triceratops is a bigger problem because he's... Okay, there we go, that's very nice. The Dread Knights came in clutch with their 5 power. Because after the initial charge where they get the +2 power for charging, they go back to 5, so... I wasn't sure if the 6 defense Triceratops could save all those attacks. And yeah, after all the ordinary guys died, it looks like the Vampire Knight did just fail morale check. That's understandable. Okay, right, so I can't actually do anything. I can side charge over there. That's fine. And okay, it's going to be really awkward for my Weight Lord, isn't it? But I'm pretty sure my Weight Lord's going to survive this. That's fine. We'll live through this. We'll live through this. And okay, the Vampire Knight failed his save, and unfortunately, he doesn't have any sort of healing or anything like that. So that is a permanent loss, that's for sure, of his health. And he's not coming back. And then, yeah, okay. I'm not gonna use any special ability or anything. I'm gonna save that for later, maybe. Okay, another unfortunate roll. So let's see. Let's hope. Okay, the Raptor Riders turn around. So the enemies are still very confident. They're only now wavering. So yeah, I'm really surprised by this. It's just literally my Weight Lord left over here, which should be doing quite well against these enemies because, you know, the Weight Lord is, for all intents and purposes, very tanky. He has 6 defense. He has 4 attacks, 4 wounds, and 5 skills. So, you know, he's actually, you know, if the enemies try to take wounds off of him first, rather than just, you know, rather than his, you know, retinue, then he would be in a much better position now, because, you know, even if he would have died before his retinue would still be fully alive, and, you know, they would have just swarmed the enemies with their attacks rather than anything else. So there we go, very nice. The Saurian's gone. There we go, and then that's that guy routed. Yeah, there we go. That's very nice. The Dread Knights are in fact going to get charged from behind and from the side. This is a bit unfortunate, isn't it? But this is how it's going to be. Actually, these guys didn't charge us in the back. Okay, that was very, very lucky indeed. I am going to do something this way. Just shoot the Raptor Riders in the side, I guess. And then hope for the best. Okay. Okay, they actually came back from that. That's understandable. And now they turn to face us. Now I'm going to move around here, and I'm going to charge in the side. Very nice indeed. And then there we go. The enemy's Raptor Riders are over there. Very, very nice indeed. So they're routing this turn, so it doesn't really matter what happens here as long as I don't lose any models. That's the only major thing that I care about. There we go. Cool. Very nice. So I guess I could talk about some stuff while I'm here, waiting for my, plus ones to finish. So I guess I could talk about how China wants to revive its economy, and it plans on basically taxing everyone that has ever had any income from abroad that is a citizen of China. Now, the problem with that is the fact that basically all the citizens of China that have a lot of money abroad that they bought stuff with, they bought it for a reason. That's because China isn't very stable. It's a dictatorship, basically, under the one party policy or whatever. So the fact of the matter is that, they basically bought a bunch of assets abroad. So, and the most common one is obviously housing. So basically cities like London, a lot of cities in Canada, and in some large cities in America, where basically housing has become a commodity item rather than an actual place to live. So basically those places might see their housing costs, housing prices lower, as well as rental prices lower, because all these people, they're going to be having to sell off their homes in order to potentially cover the new taxes that China plans to implement. Now that is kind of hypocritical, because the people implementing these policies are also the ones that have houses abroad and stuff like that. So it's but it is a dictatorship with Xi Jinping, so it's interesting what will happen. It'll either cause a lot of housing bubbles to burst, or it will absolutely do nothing. I'm going to keep the wait guard. I'm not going to send them into the darkness. Now, usually from my own experience, 200 is around where you're going to stop. So yeah, there we go. Yeah, it doesn't go above 200. It feels like there's a hard cap somewhere around 280, something like that. It could probably go higher, but I haven't seen it above 300 in terms of the treasures found. So yeah, unyielding reroll failed damage saves. That's really nice. I really like that. That's a very good boon to our economy. Finally, a dragon, and it's on a discount. You know what that means? It's dragon time. Da 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 da. Dragon time. Reroll missed attacks. Okay, that's nice. Okay, and defense. Just showing up. I don't know why I bought the reroll missed attacks. I'm pretty sure I already have it. Does it actually stack? Do I just have two of these? Cruelty, enemies reroll, true strike, reroll missed attacks, vitality, and no, I think I just bought it for no reason. That's fine. I like wasting money, so. Target unit is covered. So that's the useless one, because it requires you to predict when the enemy will actually be shooting your own units, and it's predictable, but I mean I'd prefer Shadow Bolt, and if you know my opinion on Shadow Bolt, I know that it's an absolutely useless spell. Sometimes it does absolutely nothing. But no, missed on the weight guard for sure. So yeah, that's very nice. Unfortunately, that does mean that these Skeleton Knights do in fact not have a lord. I wish I could move this guy. There should be like an option for you to move your retinues. Like, I would absolutely love it if I could just move this Vampire Knight off of this weight guard unit and just put him on this other Skeleton unit. This Skeleton Knight unit. Because the Skeleton Knights, they're also a retinue unit. This guy was literally on them, so why can't I swap this guy around on here? Like, even if it's for like 10 gold, I'll do it. I'll spend the 10 gold. I'll do it. I'll spend the 10 gold. Just increase the width of this unit. It's very nice. Then obviously these guys, they're as wide as they can go. Yeah. Unfortunate, isn't it? So yeah, take this, and then obviously healing wherever I can get healing, or I guess model replenishment, since yeah, I have, well, I guess technically healing and model replenishment for the Skeleton Knights. So there we go, max unit size and healing or replenishment. That's so nice. Such a good decision, and additional attacks on the weight lord, because he's going to be front lines, charging in the side, enemies flanking, and via charges. Let's see what we have over here. So the enemies definitely do have a very diverse army, but unfortunately for them, they don't have any ranged units, and that's going to go heavily in my favour. So I don't know what happened over here. I feel like because the enemy did an illegal spawning move where they spawned one unit inside of the other, that both units basically got stuck. So that's really interesting, but yeah. While I was talking about China, I guess I just want to finish my line of thought while I pass some turns, and that's that fact that I don't really count on basically China's new policy causing a housing bubble crash, because there's still Russia and Saudi Arabia that basically people there keep a bunch of their stocks in housing markets all over the world, whether that be because it's one of the few postcodes in London where you get tax exemptions, or whether it's because Saudi Arabia has really tough laws on being bankrupt. So if you go bankrupt, Saudi Arabia considers that a serious crime, so a lot of people like to keep like a secondary home abroad. if they're even like a millionaire, they just basically have like a home in London or some other rich cities, so then they can just go back there if they ever go bankrupt in Saudi Arabia, because as I've said, really illegal to be bankrupt in Saudi Arabia, so it's a bit of like a safe haven, if you get what I mean. Okay, Abyssal Knights. Should I try my Dread Knights against the Abyssal Knights? I could, couldn't I? I could. Let's see who's stronger, the Dread Knights or the Abyssal Knights. Round 1, begin. Right then, that's what I'll do over there. Round 1, fight. There we go. And yeah, I'm just gonna straight up. Should I just use a sacrificial unit? I don't want the hounds to attack my good units, so I'm just gonna, yeah, sacrifice the skeleton warriors. The hounds only got 3 defense, so just literally just any attack landing on them kills like an entire model. They only got 5 models, so like 5 wounds. So yeah, it's a lot better for me to do it this way, isn't it? And then obviously these guys, they're just gonna move up in preparations for the enemies moving up themselves, and then yeah, we'll see how that goes, won't we? Obviously this guy might actually move it like this, and then hopefully the hounds don't charge me, but hopefully this is enough to tempt one of the enemies in order to charge into me. Actually, I can just do this guy, and I just can move slightly closer and away from the hounds. Cool. Wow, that was anticlimactic, wasn't it? I didn't have to predict which one unit is gonna get attacked first, based off of the distance. I just quite literally moved this guy slightly forward. Now, this is gonna be awkward. Obviously, the Abyssal Champion is gonna charge the Skeleton Knights, but what do I want to do about the other guys? What do I want to do? That's the real question. Now, my White Lord is by no means a pushover. He can definitely pack a punch. And yeah, I guess I will just do something this way. I can shoot the hounds, and then I can maybe charge the Northman axes in the side. Oh, that's really nice. That's really nice. Really good rolls against the hounds, I guess. Very nice indeed. So, unfortunately, I don't think even with additional movement that's going to be enough to necessarily get me my required charge, and I don't really want to move up any closer. That's fine, whatever. If that's a side charge, it is. If it's not, then I'm not too bothered. It's not the end of the world. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm being really strategical during this boss fight because I really need to win this. Apart from this is just a novelty. This is what I like to indulge in. Who's gonna win? Obviously I should, because I got more defense and I got more skill and I got a larger unit, but you never know. The enemies could pull a victory out of their, you know. They got 3 attacks each. Okay, yeah. So this is a lot closer. This is like, what, 15 attacks against my front row, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 attacks, and then obviously 1 attack per back row. So that's going to be, yeah, that's going to be 17 attacks in total, because they have 5 and then they only get 1 attack because nerfed. Yeah, they got nerfed. That's a side charge. I'll take that. Now that is going to cause problems later on, if only I didn't kill the Abyssal Hound and free up a bunch of space for myself. Yeah, obviously counter charge, because obviously counter charge gives us additional power because we got Lance and Shield. So bonus 2 power is gonna go really hard against the Abyssal Champion. We're gonna really put the hurt on, put the pain train on him. We're gonna send him to Pound Town. Yeah, Pound Town, that Abyssal Champion. A bunch of skelly boys. No, thin steaks. Right then, let's see. What do we have over here? I'm gonna give these guys movement range just in case, because I don't know what the enemies are gonna do, so might as well try and see. Okay, right, skip some turns. Obviously we're gonna get charged by one of these guys in the side, but get charged in the side is a lot better than getting charged in the back, because if you get charged in the back you don't retaliate, but if you get charged in the side you lose your charge bonuses. Okay, right, and then they just decide to do that. Okay, that's fine by me. Yeah, I'm getting sandwiched over here. Now the good thing is I am undead. Now the bad thing is the fact that I'm being sandwiched and it's both chariots and they're getting their charge attacks off. So yeah, it's not ideal. I'm not gonna lie. No. My novelty of moving over there is a pipe dream. So unfortunately, this is where the story of the Vampire Knight ends. He's getting surrounded by 2 beefy chariots, and a bunch of scantily clad Northmen, buff men, I guess. Northmen, buff men on chariots. I wonder what's pulling the chariots. Is it wolves? I think it's wolves that are pulled by chariots. I could be wrong. Oh, this is where I really had the hex of defense. Hex of ruin. It really comes in handy in situations like this. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So very nice. Got rid of those guys over there. I guess now I can go and use my hammer and anvil tactics. I mean, I'm surprised these guys are attacking me in the side. Yeah, there they go. They're attacking me in the side now. Okay, cool. I can do that. Okay, it's a side charge for them. That's so nice because that means the vampire knight actually gets to retaliate. If it was a rear charge, that would have been so much worse. See, I'm not the only one screwed over by the charge mechanics. The AI is also screwed over by them. So you know, all is equal when nothing is equal. That's a good motto. You know, if you want to win, just make the playing field unbearable for everyone in the battle. You know, add some water to the field. If your own troops can't fight in the mud, then so can't. Yeah, so the enemies can't fight either. You know, that's the strategy. And then let's see. You know, instead of reaching, yeah, well, no, that's a good analogy. Instead of reaching your enemy, you get the enemy to lower to your height. No, that's too good of an analogy. You know, you want to instead of fighting your enemy, you know, when they're at an advantageous position, you fight them from below an advantageous position. So then you have the moral high ground, and you can point it in their face. Oh wow, that was not part of my plan. Okay, maybe I should go back to advantageous positions. Okay, yeah, okay. Right then, okay, yeah, the rolls were not good. That's for sure. The rolls were not good. But if they were not good, and if nothing is good, then were they ever good to begin with? And was I ever in a good position? So yeah, I'm surprised these skeleton knights were able to get rid of that, you know, chaos warrior after just one turn of just, yeah, I guess on the second turn. But yeah, one turn without having the additional power, because with the additional power they dealt only 2 wounds, but without the power they somehow dealt more wounds. So that was definitely some sort of magic that they pulled out over there. You know, you know, I don't know, some funky stuff was happening over there with the skeletons and their horses. And then let's see what I also have to talk about, I guess. So yeah, and I guess I wanted to talk about sentient fantasy races. Now, why I wanted to talk about specifically is I want to know down in the comment below which sentient fantasy race you would like to be. So leave a comment down below, and yeah, tell me, what would you like to be? So last time I asked what fantasy creature you'd like to be. This time I'm asking what fantasy race you'd like to be, the sentient ones. Because yeah, I guess you know, we're working off multiple fantasy setting rules. But it has to be 2-legged, so you know you can't have another dragon, because you know I would definitely pick a dragon again, which is why I'm picking Dragonkin again. So yeah, that works for me. Yeah, yeah, can't have dragons, so just second best option, isn't it? If Dragonkin isn't an option, then it's just Wyvernkin, isn't it? Yeah, it's just the whole point of having the ability to breathe like fire from your mouth is just a cool trick, isn't it? It comes in really handy as well, because somebody like myself that can't light a fire to save his life in the wild would definitely die in a fantasy setting without the ability to just straight up spew fire. You know, that's why I need the ability, not because for some practical reason, but because I'm too stupid to actually survive without it. Now, can you imagine a world where you don't have like lights or anything like that? You have to make your own campfires, start your own fires to make food and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely terrible. That's why I want to have like an automatic flamethrower inside my mouth. So then, you know, it just saves you so much hassle in your day. You know, you no longer have to, you know, mess around with sticks and stones trying to get a fire going. Yeah, you just quite literally just start a fire. It's that simple. Imagine the loser humans that actually have to use sticks and stones to start their fire. It's, you know, so primitive. You know, I should have just been born with an inbuilt flamethrower. You know. You know, ratioed, as I like to call it. You know, I guess that's what, you know. So that's what a lot of races can say about humans. But I guess the humans can just say, imagine having a lower birth rate, which is why your race is slowly dying out against a bunch of orcs. You know. So yeah, that's like the dwarves and the what do you call it? The dwarves and the elves. You know. I guess that's how you balance a fantasy world. The stronger faction is, the lower the birth rate is, and to kind of like equal out the playing field. Although that would be really nonsensical, because you know, like lizards are well known for having like massive clutches. So in a fantasy world, dragons would be like the most common creature that you'd come across, which would also be really terrifying because it'll be dragons everywhere. It's just not a good vacation location, that's for sure. If every single time you try to take a step outside, you got bombarded by a bunch of dragons and wyverns, because simply they just laid the most amount of eggs, so obviously they'd be the most frequent creature, I guess, that you'd find in the wild. So that is something to worry about, I guess. Let's give myself some more movement range with Unholy Vigor. And yeah, I guess that now I don't have the undead units, that my movement range has been severely limited. So well, that's a bit of a shame, but I'm not too bothered about that. Being it's kind of whatever. Pretty sure that's a side charge unless these skeletons get rid of enough of these guys to actually matter. Then it's a side charge on the Mongol pack. Unless the Mongol pack routes, in which case that's a win for me. Cool, the Mongol pack routes, that's really nice. Very, very nice indeed. Cool, and then let's do side charge over here, frontal charge over here. So this campaign has really been eye-opening to how powerful the Dread Knights are. So yeah, at the end of every single challenge level 7 campaign, I always ask people which unit dealt the most damage. So you know what to pick, I guess, before it even happens. I don't know the statistics right now, but I also wouldn't recommend that you go back through all the episodes and try to calculate it, because it just tells you at the end of the game, and we know who has the most kills, don't we? I mean, this guy just got rid of like a row from that guy, from the Mongol pack. It's not even a question who does the most damage and who's the most worthwhile unit in the entire army. Especially with Divine Favor, absolutely ridiculous. Like, this unit basically carries the entire faction. It's not fair. Literally not fair for anyone else. Even compared to the Dwarf Deep Guard, and you know my opinion on the Deep Guard. They're just so strong. It's absolutely ridiculous. But not as strong as the Dread Knights, apparently. Not as strong as the Dread Knights. So don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.